The dawn of 2025 brought with it unimaginable horror to the vibrant streets of New Orleans. As the city slumbered off the revelry of New Year's Eve, a sinister plot was about to unfold, forever staining the city's spirit. It was a day etched in infamy, a stark reminder of the vulnerability that lurks beneath the veneer of celebration. At approximately 3:15 a.m., the heart of New Orleans, its historic French Quarter, became the stage for a horrific act of violence. Bourbon Street, known for its joyous crowds and festive air, was teeming with people still caught in the afterglow of the New Year's Eve celebrations. Laughter and music filled the air, oblivious to the darkness that was about to descend. Amidst the joyous revelry, a pickup truck, a menacing harbinger of death, sped down Bourbon Street, its engine roaring like a beast unleashed. The truck, a symbol of everyday life, was transformed into a deadly weapon, its trajectory aimed at the heart of the unsuspecting crowd. The driver, later identified as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from Texas, had a meticulously planned act of terror in mind. He had chosen this moment, this location with chilling precision, intending to inflict maximum damage and instill widespread fear. His actions were not those of a lone wolf, but of someone connected to a larger, more sinister network. The deafening roar of the truck's engine, usually lost in the cacophony of Bourbon Street, cut through the celebratory noise like a knife. Revelers, initially oblivious to the impending danger, turned in horror as they saw the vehicle hurtling towards them, its headlights like the eyes of a predator in the night. Panic seized the crowd as people realized the gravity of the situation. Screams filled the air, replacing the joyous shouts and laughter that had filled the street moments before. People scrambled to get out of the way, their festive mood replaced by sheer terror. The truck, unstoppable in its deadly trajectory, plowed through the crowd, bodies flying through the air like rag dolls. The impact was deafening, the sound of metal crunching against bone and flesh sending chills down the spines of those who witnessed the carnage. The truck, its front mangled and stained with blood, came to a stop, but the horror was far from over. Jabbar, his face contorted in a mask of hate, emerged from the wreckage, his hands gripping a handgun and an AR-style rifle. He opened fire on the terrified crowd, each shot a cruel punctuation mark in the symphony of chaos and death that he had orchestrated. The aftermath of the attack was a scene of unimaginable carnage. The once vibrant street was now a tapestry of blood and broken bodies, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder and the anguished cries of the injured. The festive lights that had illuminated the night now cast long, eerie shadows over the scene of devastation. 10 innocent lives were brutally cut short that night, their dreams and aspirations extinguished in a flash of violence. Among the victims was a young University of Georgia student, in the prime of his life, who had traveled to New Orleans to cheer on his team in the Sugar Bowl. Over 30 others were injured, some critically, their lives forever scarred by the physical and emotional wounds inflicted upon them. The city, still reeling from the shock of the attack, struggled to come to terms with the enormity of the tragedy. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell, her voice trembling with emotion, addressed the media, condemning the attack as a despicable act of terrorism. Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, her face etched with grief and anger, described the attack as a deliberate and cowardly act, aimed at inflicting maximum casualties. She vowed that the perpetrators would be brought to justice and that the city would not be cowed by terrorism. Section 4. Unmasking the Terror. In the aftermath of the event, the community was left grappling with a mix of fear and resilience. Authorities worked tirelessly to restore a sense of security, while the citizens reflected on the vulnerability and strength that the incident revealed. It became clear that in times of crisis, unity and vigilance are our greatest assets.